Referring? All right. Okay, I've got Director Morrison and Director Nicholson. Okay, well, hopefully we'll be brief. We have item CR25 on the floor with a motion to sever, which from information from Legislative Services is sort of ineffectual. But I've got Director Morrison and then Director Nicholson, and I'll explain that comment after my speakers.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. I was wondering exactly the same thing because, as been made clear, the item 5 to be severed is only going to be acted upon when conditions are met. So I think it's a well-crafted 1 through 5, and would recommend to the to my colleagues that it need not be severed, that it be reconsidered, and that I think staff have done a pretty good job of explaining to us that this isn't going to proceed until this stronger set has been pointed out, stronger set of measures and conditions are met before this comes back to us for anything further. Thank you.
Thank you. Director Nicholson.
I would like to refer the motion back to staff to provide background and analysis in consultation with provincial water authorization staff on water sustainability for Poldy and the surrounding Satlam, Cowichan River area, and the long-term implications for the CVRD associated with servicing for the Poldy development.
Okay, that's been moved. Just through staff, just for confirmation, you can see I'm being really low-key here. I'm keeping it together. The motioner for supersedes the motion to sever, so that's in order. Do we have a seconder for the motion? It's been seconded by Director Deck. Any speakers on the propriety of referral? Director McClinton.
I think we've been given more than enough information, significant information, to make a decision on this, and I won't be supporting the referral.
Thank you. Director Morrison.
Thank you. On the propriety of referral, the motions contained and discussion at committee and direction to staff in previous meetings has our staff already engaged on this process. I'm cognizant of closed session rules. I think this is superfluous because we've already directed staff to engage. Won't say the parties, but I think that we can defeat this referral motion. We can consider the items here, and I encourage my colleagues to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further discussion on the referral? Seeing none, I'll call the question on the referral. All those in favor? And opposed? Directors Manhas, McClinton, Segal, Wilson, Vomaca, Champ, and Stone opposed. Oh, and Morrison opposed, sorry. 7. And we have 15 here. So the motion to refer carries. I think I got the numbers right. Can the opposed hold their hands up again, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Actually, sorry, it's 8, and we're 15 today. So actually, that actually clarifies the original motion because we didn't have Director Martman was 8 opposed. So the original motion to defeat. Sorry, going back, sorry. Yeah, because we only have 15 here, because Director Martman's not here without his,
8.
right. Okay, so the motion to refer just failed. Let's be clear. I was just trying to get clarity around the original motion that was put on the floor at the very beginning of this discussion, pre the last closed session, because we only had 15, but it was 8-8, so it was 8 opposed, so it still failed. So it was 7-8. There was 8 opposed. So if it was 16, it still would have failed. Anyway, the motion to refer has failed. So now we're back on the motion to sever, but I'd like I think because of how Mr. Robbins and Ms. Boyd, like severing this motion doesn't really make sense, because there's a sorry, Director McClinton?
I was just going to recommend that we defeat the motion.
Well, I think it's probably easiest if we call the question on the motion to sever, and then we can discuss them separately or together, depending on the outcome of that motion. So if there's no speakers on the motion to sever, I'm just going to call it, whether it's properly in order or not, or ineffectual or not. Call the question. All those in favor and opposed. I have to count the opposed for the minutes. So directors Manhas, McClinton, Abbott, Segal, Wilson, Vomaca, Justice, Deck, Douglas, and Champ opposed, and Stone. And Morrison. Sorry, Ian. Okay, so now we're back on the main motion as presented in the staff report. Do we need further discussion on that? I'm going to call the question again. This is not deja vu. It's just local government process gone sideways, thanks to your chair. Call the question. All those in favor? Oh, the original motion. Yeah, hands up. Sorry, I'll put my hand up. And opposed. Directors Abbott, Toporowski, Justice, Deck, Staples, and Douglas opposed. 6 opposed. The motion carries. And to be fair, it's 15 here. If Director Nicholson was here, I'm almost certain, I won't speak for her, but from myself, I'm almost certain she would have been opposed, but it still would have been 8-7 in favor. All right, so that concludes our meeting. We did question period before last time, but according to our procedures, we've resumed open. Do we do question period a second time? Well, but we resumed open session, so. Ms. Sue, no, you're good? Okay, we don't need to do another closed session. Or another question period. I'm looking for a motion to adjourn. Moved by Director Segal, seconded by Director Abbott. Appreciate your patience with me today. All those in favor? Any opposed? None opposed? Motion carries.